In the late 1990s, the Pokémon franchise triggered a global retail frenzy. Store windows were packed with plush toys of the original Generation 1 monsters. But even then, a clear hierarchy emerged. Players adored Squirtle as the iconic starting companion, and revered Blastoise as the heavy artillery final form. Nestled right between them at Pokédex number 0008 was Wartortle, generating almost zero enthusiasm. For decades, players have treated this evolution as a minor inconvenience. We hit level 16, mash the A button, and blindly grind experience points until level 36 without a second thought. By treating that 20-level BAP as a mandatory waiting room, millions of players have bypassed a cache of predatory biology and shifting game code math. Wartortle is a complex, contradictory entity, harboring specific biological and technical details often overlooked in the rush to evolve. The Fire Red Pokédex explicitly calls the creature a popular pet. Yet the original red and blue data logs describe an ambush predator that intentionally hides in murky water to stalk unwary prey. These large wing-like ears function as specialized hydrodynamic stabilizers, pivoting to maintain the creature's balance while it swims at high speeds to catch a meal. This chart of base combat stats shows how its body is built for conflict. Its speed sits at a low 58, and its HP at 59. Instead, almost all its biological energy goes into identical, heavy-duty defense and special defense stats, peaking at 80. The yellow code documents a failure in deploying that armor. In this cross-section, the flaw is obvious. It pulls its head inward for protection, but its massive furry tail is too thick for the shell's volume, remaining permanently exposed. It carries top-tier defense, but is permanently handicapped by a physical blind spot it cannot secure. That vulnerability doesn't stop it from surviving. According to the Diamond and Pearl records, a Wartortle lives for 10,000 years. You don't have to guess how old an individual specimen is. You can read its age right off its body. The primary indicator is the fur on that exposed tail. As the creature ages through the centuries, the pigment in the fur deepening from a bright, vibrant blue into a dark indigo. The shell itself acts as a permanent ledger of its combat history. Scratches taken in battle are never healed or shed. They accumulate over millennia as a physical proof of its immense resilience. If it survives long enough, the gold and silver data logs reveal that a thick layer of algae begins to sprout and grow directly onto the ancient shell. These markers, extreme longevity and a seaweed-covered shell, are biological translations of the Minogami, a mythical Japanese turtle trailing a long tail of aquatic plants. The creature acts as a living, breathing canvas, wearing thousands of years of ecological and combat history physically on its back. Focus now shifts from biological lore to the hidden mathematical anomalies within the game's actual code. This pie chart maps out its breeding demographics, showing a heavily skewed population. The code dictates that 87.5% of all Wartortles are born male, leaving only a tiny fraction of females to sustain the species. Over 25 years, developers began deploying stealth nerfs, unannounced downgrades to hidden stats. On this timeline, the first hit lands in Generation 5. Its base experience yield is quietly shaved down from 143 to 142. A few generations later, the code targeted its bonding rate with the player. Its base friendship, the invisible value that determines how quickly it trusts the trainer, plummets from a starting value of 70 down to 50. These manual adjustments by corporate developers demonstrate a willingness to alter a legacy character's base statistics years after its introduction. While the vast majority of legacy video game characters remain static, Wartortle has been continuously and secretly weakened in the real world. We are conditioned to treat the middle evolution of a starter Pokémon as an awkward transit lounge on the way to the final form. Yet hiding at slot number 8 is an ancient, algae-covered predator saddled with a permanent physical blind spot and a record of declining base stats. Next time you catch a starter, stop rushing to max out its level. Take a minute to read the data of the creature in your party. The best stories in this universe aren't always handed to you in a championship battle. Sometimes they are written on the scratched shells of the monsters we forget along the way.